Bears, and Mike is a disciplined coach. He's got them going, so the Bears are going to be the team to beat, and it'll have to be some good fortune in the playoffs for someone to beat them.
All right, Raj, thank you very much. Always good to talk to you. We're going to continue. Okay. He's a pro football player, became infamous for the way he imposed the silent treatment on everyone, even his teammates and coaches. Now, in his Legends of the Game series, Irv Cross pays a visit to the man who was known as the Greta Garbo of the NFL.
Do you know this man? Here are some clues. He was a #1 draft choice for a successful NFL team. And in his first 2 seasons, he led that team to the Super Bowl on both occasions. The following year, he was traded.
Hello? Don Jones, how are you?
It wasn't because he couldn't play anymore. If anything, he was just approaching his prime. He was traded because the Dallas Cowboys could no longer tolerate Dwayne Thomas's silence. He landed in San Diego, where he suited up for only 1 game before he was cut. He just didn't seem to fit in. He went on to do short stints in Washington and the World Football League. Before 28 years of age, Dwayne Thomas retired from pro football.
Everyone wants their life to be like a Roger Staubach. Yeah, storybook, perfect. Yeah, every player. But it doesn't work out that way.
Dwayne, what was behind your silent season in 1971?
What I was concerned about was making more money. I was in the pursuit of happiness.
As a rookie in 1970, Thomas established himself as the brightest young running back in pro football.
I could actually guarantee Dallas at that point 100 yards every single game. I didn't think any team could hold me under 100 yards per game.
He signed a 3-year contract with a promise from Cowboy management that they would renegotiate it upwards if he performed well.
Well, Irv, I don't like to use the word renegotiate. I like modify.
Okay. But when Dallas refused to modify Dwayne's contract, Thomas refused to speak through the entire 71 season, and not just to writers and reporters.
I would have probably suspended any other player that would have acted as he did. And the reason that we could tolerate him is that he never made any errors when he went on the field. So obviously he's listening and he was studying. The result was we were able to go to the Super Bowl, but it was almost unreal the way he was that particular year.
In Super Bowl VI, Dwayne Thomas led Dallas to their first ever World Championship. But while his teammates celebrated their win and exuded their joy to CBS locker room analyst Tom Brookshire, when it was Dwayne's turn, he broke his season of silence only to utter 1 word in response to a Brookshire question. It was his last word as a Dallas Cowboy.
Dwayne, if we tried to summarize Dwayne Thomas and put it all in a capsule, would it be safe to say that Dwayne Thomas is a man who believes that his performance is his word, and that's what really counts with him?
Evidently.
And that man, the Cowboys were heavily favored, but the Cardinals came alive with their performance of the season. They stormed in on Danny White, and then Neil Lomax, who has struggled all year, had this pass deflected to Pat Tilley, who took it in for the touchdown, and the Cardinals rolled 21-10. So again, we will start our coverage at 3:30 Eastern Time this Thanksgiving.
I think they can come back, and they're a very dangerous football team right now, Brent, because the Cowboys are a team that's built on a winning tradition. They're a very proud football team. I talked to some of the Eagles coaches during the week, and they said that Chicago game was kind of misleading because there were a number of plays where the Cowboys had receivers open, but they just couldn't get there because the defense closed in on them. They expect to have their hands full today.
All right, Nerve. Earlier today, I spoke to Roger Staubach, who went through a lot of highs and lows when he played quarterback for the Cowboys, and I asked him if this year's Cowboy team has the character to make a full recovery from last week's humiliating defeat.
I think this year the character is true. I think there was a lot of false chatter last year. They kept saying they're going to do this and do that, but this year the team started out in training camp, so they got off to a good start. They've you need a little humility with that character also, and they got the humility with the Bears, but they're in a good position now at 7-4, and they have a streak here that Dallas has usually handled pretty well. They play the Eagles, which will be a tough game, but then they have Thanksgiving, then some time to rest for that next game. So going into the Giants, if they can get back into a positive momentum situation, I think they have a very good chance of winning the division, but they still have to go through Chicago. But once you're into the division and you're playing in a big game, anything can happen like it did for us in '75 in Minnesota.
Roger, what's your appraisal of the quarterback situation with Danny White and Gary Hogeboom right now?
Well, Danny is in command. There's no question about who's the quarterback right now. Danny is still recovering a little bit from last year. He didn't start last year. I think it bothered him, and probably deservedly so at times, at least psychologically. And he has played extremely well this year, but the offense can't afford to make mistakes and win games. That's not a good trend, because you want to be able to make up for the mistakes you make and win games. But right now, Dallas's offense needs to get in gear, and if they make a few turnovers, forget about it, make up for them. That hasn't been happening. They've been relying on the defense, but Danny's done a good job at quarterback. He's got experience, and I can gradually see his confidence improving as long as he can overcome the Bears game, because the Bears really put a sting on Dallas they didn't expect.
Now, the Giants are tied with Dallas. They're coming off.
The Dallas Cowboys had not lost to the Chicago Bears in 14 years. Then it was Dick Butkus who took charge of the game. It was a scrambling left-handed quarterback named Bobby Douglas who led Chicago to the victory. But while the Bears celebrated, the Cowboys found themselves. Great players like Bob Lilly and Mel Renfro used the Chicago loss as a motivational device. Dallas won its next 10 games and capped the year with a Super Bowl championship. Now Dallas is reaching back for the solace of history. The Cowboys are hoping to once again emerge from the ashes of a Bears defeat. But this time the mission may be more difficult, because just 7 days ago, Chicago laid a 44-0 humiliation on the team in silver and blue. The Cowboys have been struggling for a month now, and the sense of futility started in Philadelphia. Quarterback Ron Jaworski's tip pass was caught by Kenny Jackson for the winning come-from-behind touchdown. That helped turn the Eagles' season around. They have won 5 of their last 6 games. Today, the Dallas Cowboys host the Philadelphia Eagles, an important NFC Eastern Division game with playoff implications.
CBS Sports presents the National Football League.
Team in Irving on a dreary November afternoon for this critical NFC Eastern Division encounter between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys enter today's fray tied with New York for the division lead, with Philadelphia and Washington just a game back and only 5 games remaining for these two teams. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Vern Lundquist along with Terry Bradshaw. A fascinating scenario in Dallas this week. The Cowboys are trying to salvage something from a 44-0 train wreck. They lost to Chicago by that amount last week, the biggest defeat in the 26-year history of this franchise. Terry, there are many who feel they simply forget about it and move on, but some say that's not possible to do.
Cowboys said that they had forgotten the Bear game, and they have moved on. But I believe this. I believe that when you play a team like the Bears, you want to beat them. When you are beaten 44-0, it has a lingering effect. Been an average football team, I say yes, you move on. But in this case, no, I don't think that's the way it is at all, Vern.
The last time Philadelphia beat Dallas, just a little over a month ago, they did so in that critical game by beating the Dallas Blitz. Will they face that same blitz today?
Well, they will see blitzes, but they will be different blitzes. Ernie Stottner will give Jaworski different blitzes. Now, I expect today, because of the injury that Jaworski has sustained to his right shoulder, I look for the Cowboys to blitz him up the middle, because Jaworski will be taking short drops to get set and get rid of the football quickly. Well, Vern didn't leave, so
I'll be out of here.
When he leaves, I won't ever look back. I'll stay at the camera. Okay. Go in there in 10 minutes? Okay, I'm going to get me a Coke. I'll be right back. Bye. See you, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, this unplugging getting old, isn't it? I knew that.
Right back, Freddie. We'll take him. A pre-gamer.
Okay, I'm on. You had to tell me now that you love me.
Hi there. Got it.
Is somebody talking to me down there?
He's just brushing Terry's chin off.
Don't be angry with me, darling. Yep.
All right, T.
T. 500,000.
Have a good one, bud.
I will. I know you will.
Cleveland?
Come inside. He'll take short drops, and they'll try to put the pressure on him.
Philadelphia has won the toss to open the game. The Cowboys will be kicking off. You're looking at Herman Hunter, number 36, and he will be flanked by Elbert Fowles and Evan Cooper. Philadelphia won that first encounter 16-14, coming from behind in the fourth quarter. Rafael Septien has had a week of rest. Last week in the loss to Chicago, he kicked off to open the game and never, ever touched the football again during the duration. That is Alan Lowry, the special teams coach, with whom he is chatting. Just about set to go. And the three men are deep for the Philadelphia Eagles. Our referee today is Fred Wyant. Septien and the Cowboys have lost 3 of their last 5 games, and the string after they went 5-1 to open the season began with that 2-point loss in Philadelphia. From an Eagle perspective, Philadelphia has won only twice in Texas Stadium since '71. Herman Hunter, rookie 11th round draft choice. Room to go. And finally brought down by Everson Walls from behind at the 41-yard line. That's a 40-yard kickoff return to open the game. There is a flag down on the Cowboys' side of the field.
Offside, kickoff. Thing that Hunter did so well, he went up inside in the middle, brought the coverage into the middle, Vern, and then dipped outside, and there was no one there. That was good setup that time on a kickoff return.
Outside, kicking team declined, first down.
Ron Jaworski, who bruised his shoulder in the third quarter of last week's game, will open at quarterback. Ernest Jackson, fresh from a 162-yard game against the Cardinals. Haddix, Kenny Jackson, and Mike Quick. Up front, Reeves, Kenny, Dennard, Baker, Mitchell, Spagnola, the tight end, is expected to have a big day today. Splitbacks on first down, and Mike Quick is the motion man. Ernest Jackson, number 41, scoots to the outside and picks up a quick 7 or 8 yards. Dexter Klingscale, number 47, made the tackle. Defensively for the Cowboys, Jones, Dutton, Randy White, and Jim Jeffcoat, the right end, who's come on in the mid to late part of the season. Mike Hegman, Gene Lockhart, and Jeff Rohr, the linebackers. And in the defensive secondary, Walls, Fellas, Klingscale, and Michael Downs. It is Jaworski's contention they are an average secondary made excellent only by the pressure applied by the front four of Dallas.
Boy, wouldn't they like to know that he said that? Probably do know it, don't they?
They'll hear about it. Second down. Jackson for the first down.
One nice way to play the Cowboys, Vern, is to stay out of passing situations where you give them an opportunity to blitz. Now, we know they beat the blitz the last time, but now that they're running the ball so well with Jackson, if they can continue to run, they will run all day long.
First and 10, Ron Jaworski. For the season, 11 touchdowns and only 9 interceptions. Did not practice until the end of the week. Worked out Thursday and Friday. Jackson coming left, and this time no room, as Jeff Rohr and Gene Lockhart collaborate on the tackle.
One of the things you try to do against a running football team, if they are successful, is you like to send the outside linebackers. And when you do that, then you stunt all the linemen. That time they sent from the outside Hegman and they sent from the inside Lockhart, blitzed them, and that time they were successful in stopping the running attack. Matter of fact, they lost a yard.
That brings up a second down, 11. No score, 12:58 to go, first quarter. And Jaworski will throw for the first time. Little relief valve pass into the right flat. Michael Haddix weaves his way for another Philadelphia first down at the Cowboy 35. Everson Walls, number 24, made the tackle. Haddix, a former #1 draft pick, makes the catch.
Well, they came with a 2 tight end offense, 1 single back. As you can see, no blitz. Notice this, no blitz. Now Haddix moves out and to the right. Now Jaworski moves out, finds no one inside, and just drops the ball off to Haddix. Boy, he's got all the room in the world. He wants the outside. Finally, Walls, 24, makes the stop. First down.
First down at the 35-yard line, opening drive of the game. And this time from the I formation with 2 receivers right side. This is Quick in motion. Pitch out Jackson, Haddix in front. Cuts back and slips, and his ankle tackled at the 30-yard line, a pickup of 5.
No secret to what they're trying to do here. First down, run. Second down, run. Third down, run if we have to. But they're keeping the Cowboys off balance by running Jackson. And you know, Vern, the thing that's so nice about this is that they've gotten away from Jaworski's throwing the football so much. In the last 3 weeks, they've started running Jackson, the guy they got from San Diego in a trade.
There is the Swamp Fox, Marion Campbell, who said when this team was 1-4, we are not out of it. Few believed him then, everybody does now. Second and 5. Jackson again, this time hit at the line. He still surges forward for a couple of yards. Randy White goes with him. It was White who made the tackle, number 54. I saw him make one of the most miraculous defensive plays against Philadelphia here ever. They had a wide receiver named Scott Pitzke, Terry. Caught a pass from Jaworski, right. And Randy White caught him from behind after a 55-yard chase.
Not bad. Well, the guy was a linebacker out of Maryland. All he talks to me about is he keeps saying, when are you going to take me fishing in Florida? Because he hears I catch all those big bass down there.
You will. Herman Hunter in the lineup from the shotgun. Jaworski looks deep across the middle, fires, caught. First down, Philadelphia at the 23. Catch made by Mike Quick in front of Everson Walls.
Well, the thing about that pass was simply they just put Quick in the slot. And I'm talking to Quick yesterday. He said, I like playing in the slot. Now, you're going to see Jaworski in the shotgun. Is he just going to drop back? They're going to snap the ball. And then Quick's going to come down, come across the middle. Now, you're seeing the pass rush here, but he comes across the middle, and Walls has him man for man, and he simply beat Walls.
First down and 10. No score in the game. Eagles threatening from the 23. Jackson again, Haddix in front. They force him wide. Jeff Rohr forced him to the outside, allowing Dexter Clinkscale, number 47, to come up and make the tackle.
Well, that's one of those old high school coaching plays they always used to tell us. I never played defense, and I don't, I'm just quoting what they said. They said, string them out, boys. Make them go wide. Don't let them cut back. Well, Jackson, they strung him out, kept him wide, and what did he do? He didn't cut back, did he? Just like you used to play. You couldn't cut back either, only because you were slow.
That was at University Junior High School, as I recall, in the 50s down in Austin. Second down and 7 from the 20. No score, first quarter. Blitz. Jaworski gets great blocking, fires it incomplete.
Oh, there
is a flag. 2 of them.
There's the flag. Walls came inside and jammed the wide receiver, and you could see it, folks. They're booing here, but it was just as clear as anything and you would want to see.
This may be defensive holding, as a matter of fact. No, it's pass interference.
Number 24, first down.
It was not a safety blitz. It was just simply a linebacker blitz. As you look at Walls, 24, the corner. He's outside, isolated, right on your screen now. Inside comes, that's Garrity, number 86, and there's Walls, hands all over. Garrity said, hey, look, talk about me today. Well, give me something to talk about. He said, I'm a little guy, but I make big plays. There's a big play.
First down and goal, Eagles from the 9-yard line. No score, 10:02 to go, first quarter. Quick in motion. Ernest Jackson, right side, bounce backwards. And the job is applied by Jim Jeffcoat, number 77.
One of those situations where as you look at big Leonard Mitchell, he is kind of swayed back. You know, yesterday, hey, you know, Coach Campbell was telling me that Mitchell said that Coach, you and I are a lot alike. He said, we walk alike, we're sway back. And then there's Marion Campbell. He said, you're right. He said, Coach, you know something else? We look alike. We got the big guts hanging out. He said, yeah, that's right. He said, and then Marion said, you know what else, Leonard? Said, we think alike. And then Leonard said, well, not so much, Coach, only because, what, Marion Campbell's signed him over 100 times this year.
I think that's a little exaggeration, but he's fined him a lot for being overweight. First, second and goal. Jaworski blitz again, pass incomplete. Jeff Rohr, number 50, and Michael Downs, number 26, came with a fury and met at Jaworski's right arm.
Well, the thing we had talked about at the offset of the show was the fact that they were going to blitz up the middle, come up inside. That time Downs, 26, free safety, coming inside with Rohr, an outside linebacker. Both of them coming up inside and putting the pressure on Jaworski. Let's look at it from the end zone. As you can see, this is what Jaworski sees. Right up the middle, there's 26. That's Downs. There's Rohr coming up from the outside, or Rohr coming up from the outside, putting the pressure on Jaworski.
Number 36, Herman Hunter, has come in. So also has Greg Garrity. Hunter and Michael Haddix are on either side of Ron Jaworski on third and goal from the 9. Blitz again. Jaworski incomplete. Had to get rid of it very quickly, intended for Greg Garrity.
Well, what happened, Vern, was Jaworski was on the wrong page with Garrity, 86. Garrity break out to the right side. He's wide open. Ron throws it to the inside. Now, you see the blitz by Bates inside. There's a pass outside. Actually, that ball is deflected. That's what happened. Garrity was wide open. Scott, 22, was covering him, and the ball was deflected that time by Downs.
That brings on Paul McFadden, who is 17 of 20 this year and had a string of 9 straight, broken last week when he missed from 52 yards out. Perfect for the second-year kicker from Youngstown State. The Philadelphia Eagles draw first blood on that McFadden field goal, and that was an impressive manner in which to open this ball game.
Well, they moved the football down there. They got the good kickoff return, then took it on down there and got the field goal.
Saturday, NCAA basketball returns to CBS Sports with a matchup of the teams ranked number 1 and 2 in most of the preseason polls. It'll be number 1 Georgia Tech against number 2 Michigan in the Tip-Off Classic. So be sure to join Gary Bender and Billy Packer for that for what should be an outstanding matchup Saturday at 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific here on CBS Sports. That drive began at the 41-yard line after the kickoff return by Herman Hunter. So it was 50 yards in 12 plays, and it consumed just about 6 minutes on the clock. We have 9:09 to go in the first quarter.
You know, if I'd have had a little more time on that Leonard Mitchell story, I could have made that thing a lot funnier than what it was.
You know,
I didn't have but 11 seconds.
I knew the punchline was
so did
there.
I, but it just didn't come out right, did it? But Leonard Mitchell and when they walk, they do look a lot alike. The folks out there, who cares? Well, I don't really care now myself.
McFadden will kick off as the Cowboys will touch it on offense for the first time. Paul McFadden will kick it to either Robert Levette, number 29, or James Jones. Todd Fowler is also back. It was Levette who last week got a kickoff past the 30 against Chicago. That was the longest kickoff return of this year for the Cowboys. Dallas started off the season 5-1. They went up to Philadelphia and lost that game to the Eagles 16-14. And have won only on alternate weeks since then. And the Eagles, meanwhile, their only loss in the last month since October 20th came at San Francisco. And they have put themselves right back in the thick of this race. Relatively short. Levette has it at the 11. Finds some room. And almost equals the kickoff return of Herman Hunter.
Well,
Robert Levette out to the 39-yard line.
This is really a nifty move. Sometimes you make moves and cut and really sprint away from people, but the thing Levette does, look at him, back up in the middle. Now he stops, hold it. Now back to the outside. Everyone came inside, and he literally stopped and then turned on the speed and went outside. Boy, this is a nice move by him.
Danny White does open a quarterback. He was knocked out of the Chicago game a week ago, but did practice this week beginning on Wednesday. Dorsett. He's got a lot of room. And is tackled from behind by the ankle as he crosses Eagle country to the 48-yard line. Mike Reichenbach got him.
Well, Reichenbach may have tackled him, but I'll tell you what, right guard 65, Kurt Peterson, as you see, leads down, comes inside, makes a fine block, pulling outside wide. Look at him now. He sets up his man, knocks him out of bounds, and then Dorsett cuts inside, picks up 12 yards. Kurt, you can just go over there and thank old Peterson, 65 right guard, for doing a good job.
That is a 14-yard gain, first down from the Eagle 47-yard line. Double tight end set this time. And two wide receivers. Dorsett. Boy, he was stiffened after a 2-yard gain by the nose tackle, Ken Clark, number 71. We want to welcome those of you who have been watching the Washington-Pittsburgh encounter. Our score is 3-0 here. The Eagles just scored on a McFadden field goal. The Redskins still alive. They defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers at home 30-23. McFadden has kicked a field goal on the opening drive of this game. The Cowboys just got the kickoff and returned it to the 39-yard line. Dorsett has run it twice so far. Second down and 9. Tim Newsom, number 30, around the left side.
You know, Vern, one of the complaints that's been with the Cowboy offense, even though they were ranked number 1, is go ahead and let's set the offense for these folks.
Cowboys, Danny White, Dorsett, Newsom, Hill, and Renfro at the skill positions. Up front, Chris Schultz, Titlenser, Rafferty, Peterson, Jim Cooper, and Doug Cosbie, who is expected to have a big role today.
Good job, Vern.
Now it's your turn.
I'll get to it later.
Third down, 5.
You do a good job of reading.
Got those graphics down.
That's right.
Shotgun formation, no blitz. Into the flat, Henry Newsom, first down at the 35.
Now, my point I was going to make is that the defense for the Eagles is ranked 25th in the National Football League. People complain about the offense of the Cowboys, and the thing you're going to see today is you're going to naturally see them try to run the football. Well, what do? Here they get a nice pass by White out the flat to Newsom. Number 30, he does a good job of picking, not only catching it, but getting the first down, and Young, 43, makes the tackle.
Want to welcome those of you who are watching New Orleans win over Minnesota 30-23. Our score is 3-0 Philadelphia over Dallas. We have 6:54 remaining in the first quarter of play. Cowboys first and 10 at the 35. Dorsett again trying to dart to the outside. Now freelances, cuts back and gets to the 32. Tackle is made by Greg Brown and Reggie White, number 91. Dorsett just 57 yards away from the 8th 1,000-yard season of his career. The only season in which he has been a pro and he did not gain 1,000 was a strike-shortened season of 82. White, Clark, and Brown up front. The linebackers are Wilkes, Reichenbach, Anthony Griggs, and Gary Cobb. And in the secondary, Young playing with a fractured right forearm, a hairline fracture, Edwards Ellis, and a man having an all-pro year, Wes Hopkins. Second down from the 33-yard line. Linebacker blitz is coming, and White reads it perfectly. Newsom down the sideline. One of the few times you will see the Eagles send 5 men or more, and that time they had a linebacker coming up the middle. White adjusted and found Newsom.
Well, the thing that you'll see a lot when teams play action a lot, you'll see a lot of linebacker blitzes. 55 Reichenbach, 58 Griggs, right up the middle, play action, no one out in the flat. There's Newsom, 30, he catches it, and his coverage blitz. So therefore, there's no one on him. He's in the secondary, and Edwards, 46, finally knocks him out of bounds. You know, you're going to gamble like that, and Marion Campbell told us once, And, you know, one thing we don't like to do with blitzes, and you said this in Philadelphia, is when we blitz, the next thing we say is we'll receive. So evidently it backfired again.
It did for a gain of 23, first and goal from the 9. Dorsett gets a seal block on the left side. Sticks his shoulder down, and Herman Edwards makes sure he doesn't go any farther than the 5. This is where the Cowboys have had enormous problems this year. They have only scored 61 points in the last 6 games. The New York Jets got 62 last week alone. The Cowboys have gone through a stretch of 3 games now in which they have not scored more than 14 points, and the problems have been from the 20 on in. Second down and goal from the 5. Dorsett to the 2-yard line. It'll be third and goal.
Well, the thing that I've always said and always have believed, Vern, is the fact that when you get down here and everyone's all bunched up inside, play action pass.
We want to welcome those of you who have been watching Chicago's 12th win of the 1985 season. Not a problem today. 36-0. Our score is 3-0 Philadelphia, but the Cowboys have a third and goal from the 2.5. I'm Brew Lundquist along with Terry Bradshaw. We've got 4:48 to go, first quarter. Dallas and Philly. Play fake. Dorsett. Touchdown. And with that touchdown, Tony Dorsett has scored his 77th of his career, breaking the record he shared with Bob Hayes.
Well, as you can tell, it's a crossbuck action with Kurt Peterson, 65, getting the key block, pivot around, hand to Dorsett, and he cuts back over left guard for a big hole, then bang, right up inside for the touchdown.
Walks by Drew Pearson. He'll take that ball now and give it to Jerry Fowler, the assistant equipment man. They'll mark it, and Dorsett will not make the mistake of giving the ball up. He did that once after he scored on a 99-yard run, just tossed it to the stands. Set the end starts on a new scoring streak. He was held in the shutout last week. Dorsett gets the touchdown, his 77th of the career, and Dallas leads 7-3. Now then, yes.
That's all right, baby. We got it. We got it.
Chuck, I couldn't tell you whether it's a re-kick. I had my back to the field. Yes. Okay,
Telestrator, excuse me. You want to go back to that touchdown? It's a great. I can draw it up if you'd like. It's pretty simple. It's pretty nice. Put it up. Peterson's. All right, let's see. Kurt, the left guard's going to. All right, turn it loose. Let me see who he's blocking. Ken Clark's right here. All right, go ahead, turn it loose. In motion, number 85. Okay, there's Rafferty down. Okay, back it up one more time. Who's that number right there? Who's that number he's blocking?
That's Titensor is getting the block.
All right, hold
63.
it. Titensor comes down. All right, run it from here. All right, run it. Rafferty to the right. Okay, all right.
They kicked off twice at the beginning.
Rafferty to the right, to the left. Okay, the end. Okay, all right, let's run it back. Okay, yeah.
You coming out of commercial with that?
Okay. Okay. Who's he going to block? Thing, look at this play. Right guard, Peterson, comes all the way across. He's going to get number 98, Brown. Center, Rafferty, blocks back on the tackle. Guard, back outside, and then all of a sudden, Dorsett, boom, right up inside, a little crossbuck. Watch this. All right, there's Cornwall. He's coming across, getting out of the way. All right, here we come, a little crossbuck action. Look at the hole right there. Good job by Peterson. He kicks his man out. Big, huge hole inside.
That has given Dallas a 7-3 lead. Herman Hunter again from the 5-yard line. And this time has to settle for a return out to the 22, and a flag is also down. So both scores thus far set up by good kickoff returns. Hunter had a 40-yarder to open the game, and Levette countered with a return out to the Cowboy 39. Here's Fred Wyant, the referee. clipping. Well, I haven't seen a clipping call all season, I don't think. It's almost become an antiquated call, and there's a player down.
55.
That is Steve Diossi.
Personal foul, clip on the return, first down.
Diossi is the injured Cowboy. He's a backup linebacker and just a mammoth support man on goal line defenses. Dr. Pat Evans and Dr. Marvin Knight, you see at the left-hand side of the screen, who has been the Cowboy physician since their beginning in 1960, are out to help Diossi as he heads over to the sideline. With the penalty, the ball is moved back inside the 10-yard line. And Tom Landry with much the same look he had last week, even though it was 44-0. Never changes.
Had that same look when we had him in Atlanta, had the same look when we had him in Philadelphia. Matter of fact, saw him fishing the other day. Had same look when he was fishing. I guess that's just his look.
4:29 to go first quarter. Eagles start from their own 11. Haddix and Jackson in the backfield. Jaworski sends Mike Quick, followed by Everson Walls to the right side. Ernest Jackson out to the 13-yard line. He's not a big man, 5'9", 206. And I know, Terry, when you asked him last night to describe himself, he didn't think of himself in terms of a long-distance runner.
Well, you know what he did? When I gave him my definition of great, you know, a person that reminds you of no one else, and that's a pretty good line, you know. He looked at me and he said, I like that. I don't remind myself of anyone. I'm my own kind of runner, but I'm an aggressive, hard runner, and that's the one thing that he did say.
5'9", 206. And we hit the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. 7-3, Dallas leads. There are no flags. The handoff goes to Diossi. Or Michael Haddix, rather. I said Diossi because I'm looking down at the injured player.
Well, Vern, don't be looking at Diossi now. We got 26 running with
Understand.
the football.
Herman Hunter and Greg Garrity check in on third down again.
Now, I think what's going to happen, they're going to run this football and attempt it, but I look for Jaworski later on to start doing those play actions on first down to get those quick passes out of there, to get these guys off of it.
Jaworski set what was then his career high, 384 yards or 380 yards, first meeting between these two teams. Out of the shotgun, no blitz. Pass is bobbled by Hunter, had the first down at the 25. And that was a catchable ball. Hunter threw a touchdown pass on a flea flicker to open the game last week in St. Louis.
Well, he came out and made a nice move. He was wide open. And if there was anything I could see wrong with that, was the fact that Jaworski probably anticipated Hunter and then threw the football too hard. See, folks, he's wide open. And what Ron did was force it because of the pressure.
Mike Horan, number 2, who has been inconsistent this season, but had a good last couple of weeks, will kick it away to Bill Bates. Nice high kick. That's a dandy. Bates with no fair catch at the 37. Rich Cranack, number 52, hits him at the 44. And Dave Little also part of the tackle. But the Cowboys enjoy good field position. If the play stands, there is a flag down. No, we are told now there is no flag and timeout has been called.
Way to work, Vern. I think you're rolling. You're looking good. Sound good.
55 different directions here, but other than that, we're doing fine.
I love you. I love you. And
hey, T, just as a point, if that happens, you know, when Chuck came in, you finish the story because it sounds better. That's okay. It sounds better for you to go ahead and finish the story. Let them wait on you.
You're talking about
when he said we've got the lineups coming and you just quit. You finish your story.
Okay,
it sounds better than to have you. Then it's obvious that you know you've been told.
I got feed.
Yeah.
Well, the way Chuck said, you know, rap. He told me to rap, and I couldn't get out of it.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't tell my story. I didn't know.
No. I'm not talking about the join. I'm talking about when we brought the lineups in.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we got so many people join us and everything. I'm telling
they're
stories,
all
and I
joined
don't know who's
done.
coming.
That's all done
I'm telling these stories, and hold that, we got Atlanta coming in here. Hold that, we. But hey, are we not having a good time?
Okay. Dallas Cowboys started off 5 wins, 1 defeat, and that's when they were at their best. The 392-yard per game average, 27 points, and 24 takeaways. In the last 5 games, during which they've gone 2-3, they have scored an average of only 12 points a game. And they've started on a new string now. They were shut out last week for the first time in 218 games. Here's a play fake, left side. Tony Hill. And speaking of strings, after that 9-yard gain, that is Hill's 56th consecutive game in which he has caught a pass. He is 2 shy of the club record held by Drew Pearson.
Now, this is good offense. You come out, you run early once or twice. You know you're playing a team that is ranked 25th in the NFL against the run. So you come out and you run. Then everybody says, well, we're going to stop the run. So they stop it now. Play action, 5-yard throw, 10, 11-yard gain. That's a good job by White.
In this case, it's a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Again, they are in Philadelphia country with a 7-3 lead and 2:14 to go in the first quarter. Dorsett taking the circular route out to the left side. James Jones can throw it, and he's going to throw it deep for Dorsett, who is covered, and the pass is intercepted. Again, it is Wes Hopkins. That is his 3rd interception against the Cowboys in 5 quarters. They tried the gadget play. Jones and Hopkins never bit on the pitch out.
Well, the one thing about it, that's the first time we've seen Jones run the play. So if you're going to run a play where you have a gadget, why not let Jones run with the football? Now, right now, Jones has done nothing all day long. Now you come out and you throw it to him, and now Jones, that's terrible for him. Now Jones cranks it up, and the man was covered, and then Hopkins, 48, who's a great free safety. Hey, that's a piece of cake. He goes over there and makes the interception. But, Vern, what I'm saying is set it up. Run that play 2 or 3 times. You know, let him run with the football. Now when they come up, now throw it to him, let him throw the football down. It will work then.
That is his 6th interception of the season. 3 have come against Dallas. First down, 10 Eagles. Play fake, Jaworski. He's being chased out of the tackle. Now he'll freelance it. And slides to a stop at the 25-yard line. Wanted to go deep for Kenny Jackson, number 81, but Jackson well covered by Ron Fellows. There's Wes Hopkins, who became an All-American on this very field while playing 4 years for the Southern Methodist University Mustangs.
Well, Wes Hopkins, 48, is a free safety, or as the folks out there listening, a weak safety, meaning he always lines up opposite the tight end in the secondary. But in this formation, a weak safety actually is the support guy. He's the guy they like to send up there to make the tackles on the line of scrimmage.
1:18 to go first quarter, 7-3 Dallas leads. 2nd down and 3. Jackson, no. John Dutton was the man who said no, number 78. Mike Hegman was also in on the tackle. Dutton now in his 12th year out of the University of Nebraska. Our score is 7-3. Elsewhere, Houston hung on to defeat San Diego by 2. The Oilers break the losing streak down in the Astrodome.
So much for that vote of confidence.
St. Louis an early lead over the Giants. And Kansas City an early lead over Indianapolis. 3rd down and 2. There's a flag down. Nevertheless,
it's good night.
Herman Hunter. Touchdown. Now, against whom is the penalty?
Jaworski, number 58, Hegman, touchdown.
That was Mike Hegman. And Hunter's touchdown stands.
We're going to look at it. Hegman, top right of your screen. Boy, he was trying to get back, Vern, and evidently they say, hey, you did not get back, and Hunter cups inside on a simple little pitch, and it's just a sprint between him and Downs, and there's no race at all. He goes all the way 74 yards, but Hegman knew he was offside. Jaworski evidently changed the snap count and got Hegman to jump before he could get back.
74-yard touchdown. That is the first touchdown by a running back other than Jackson that has been scored by Philadelphia this year. Ernest Jackson has scored 2. Jaworski has scored 2. Hunter has got the 5th of the season. Right.
Games.
Right.
And then there's 5 in the last 5 games.
Right.
Hey. You think, hey. You want to look at that play on again and see if there's anything we could use, Chuck? All right, forget it. Well, he throws them, he runs them, he catches them.
I know. Donald Igwebuike. Okay.
Hey, Phil.
Fine. Too much was happening too quick there for a while, but we're okay.
Chuck.
We did? How did that happen? Okay.
Well, I know they're on their edge of the seat.
We need to settle down just a little bit. Yes. Yeah. Just boom. Here's the extra point by Paul McFadden out of the hold of Ron Jaworski. Unfortunately missed this when it was live, and there it is in replay, and he still made it. 10-7. Philadelphia with the lead. There's the kick by Paul McFadden. Another short kick. Levette from the 15. It's also a short return of 6 yards. David Little makes the tackle, number 89. So the Cowboys come back on the field, trailing once again by 3 points at 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. In addition to everything else, Terry, that was only the second time this season the Eagles had scored a touchdown in the first quarter.
Well, nothing like changing old habits, huh, and bringing on some new ones.
Hunter scored for a touchdown last week, or threw for a touchdown, and now he has run 74 yards for a touchdown. First down, 10 from the 21. Newsome going left. Good block. A gain of almost 15 yards, out of bounds to 36. Wes Hopkins with the tackle. Want to welcome those of you who are watching Tampa Bay's overtime win over Detroit. Donald Igwebuike's field goal and Steve Young's first start as the Buccaneers win their second of the season. Our score is 10-7. Paul McFadden's field goal gave Philadelphia a 3-0 lead. Dorsett countered with a 3-yard touchdown. And then Herman Hunter has just run 74 yards to put Philadelphia back on top with 7 seconds to go first quarter. First and 10, Dallas from the 36, and White to throw. Looks in Cosby's direction. He's in trouble. Sack. Greg Brown, number 98.
Well, Brown's had 8.5 sacks this year, now 9.5. The thing about this play was a short step, as you see Danny, 5 short steps. Now he's trying to find the man over the middle. As you can see, Newsome is covered. Then when he moves out of the pocket, Brown finally does sack him.
That is the end of the first quarter, as the Eagles, trying to sweep Dallas for the first time since 1964, have a 10-7 lead over the Cowboys. 3 quarters to come from Texas Stadium. Be back in a moment. Back for the second quarter, Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. Second down and 20, and Danny White goes deep right side, throws it away over Mike Renfro's head, and out of the reach of Roynell Young, number 43. That'll bring up a third and a bunch. Marion Campbell, once a defensive coordinator for this Philadelphia team when they went to the Super Bowl at the end of the 1980 season. Mike Reichenbach comes out. It'll be 3rd down and 19. Dallas trailing by 3. Carl Poe has come in as a 3rd wide receiver. And he lines up to the right side from the shotgun. 4-man rush. White with time. Deep down the middle. Overthrows Renfro. Put it right in the middle of the zone. Our score is Philadelphia 10, the Cowboys 7, 14 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now let's go for the special report from CBS News. Our thanks to Bob Schieffer for that report. And while we were away for the special report, Everson Walls just picked off his 8th pass interception of this year. On 1st down and 10, Ron Jaworski with a play fake after a 54-yard Dallas punt. Tried to go deep. Walls waited on the pass, Terry. Had no problems picking it off and returning 20 yards.
Well, this was a poorly thrown pass by Jaworski because Jackson was well covered by Walls. Actually should have just thrown it out of bounds.
1st down 10. That's the first Jaworski pass interception by the Cowboys this season. Dorsett spins, picks up 1. And it is also the 27th Dallas interception of this year. Dorsett gained 100 yards on 20 carries the first time these two teams met, and that's the last time he's been at 100 or better.
Well, they really haven't run the football that well. They've thrown the football well, Vern, but they haven't really established a running game. Going into this game today against this Philadelphia team, they thought they could run the football well, and they've done so early so far in the first quarter and here in the second.
Difference in the game is a 74-yard touchdown run by Herman Hunter. Draw play. Tim Newsom up the middle to the 24-yard line. That's a yard short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Herman Edwards, number 46, made the tackle.
Well, when you think a football team is going to rush or passer, one of the things that Danny White does is comes back and gives the ball to Newsom on a draw. Good job that time by the guards, Titensor and Peterson. They kick their man out, and then Newsom blast up through inside. Almost got the first down. Needs what? Well, got third, 1.5, 3rd and 2. Rich Crayneck came in there and made the tackle on that.
Double tight end set for the Eagles. Fred Cornwell and Cosbie and Phil Pozderac has also checked in. 3rd down 1 from the 24. Dorsett, nice little move. Darts to the right, comes back to the left, and that should be enough to move the chains.
One of the things you see so often in the National Football League, Vern, is people copying other people's offense. We used to put that little wing back in motion as a tight end, Randy Grossman, in the Super Bowl against you guys. Well, when you were the Cowboys guys, and we ran that and ran it well. And now you see this time Cornwell comes inside, hand to Dorsett. Now he went up inside to try to get off that block, but wasn't anything there. Cut outside, got 1st down.
First down at the 22-yard line. 12:30 to go in the half. 10-7, Philadelphia leads. Dorsett. Wes Hopkins hit him shoulder high. There was a lot of taunting between Dorsett and some of these Eagle defenders in that first game, and Tony said after the game, I apologize to them and to my fans. I can't believe I let myself get involved in that. He was very ashamed of it.
Well, when you get out there and you get the tempers going in a heated game like that against an arch rival, those things happen. Tony was embarrassed, so he apologized.
Second down, 6. 10-7, Philadelphia leads. We are 11:49 away from the end of the half. Two-step drop, quick flip, Renfro, first down.
Good catch.
Excellent catch.
Well, the thing that's so outstanding about this play is not only the catch by Renfro, but the pass by White as Gary Cobb was blitzing once again, a linebacker from the outside, type right of your screen. Herman Edwards, 46, stayed inside. Renfro went outside. Nice job by quarterback and receiver. Once again, they blitz those linebackers. Once again, they get burned.
And the Cowboys say from their graphs and their statistical studies, the Eagles blitz only 4%.
They don't have graphs, they have computers.
Computers, right. First down at the 11. Newsom lumbering left and getting knocked out of bounds inside the 5. No, he is not out of bounds. Wes Hopkins again with a tackle.
What we're seeing is a lot of, you notice that move by Danny as he came out to the left, turned around, went back deep, then turned around and gave it back to Newsom. Look at this. Now there's a little cross-buck action. Also, a little toss, fake toss, come back. Now Newsom, look at that long, gangly stride. He is lumbering, as you said, out to the left, and Hopkins comes up. Number 48 makes the stop. Hey, that guy plays tight to the line of scrimmage. You'd think he'd give a play action and pop it in behind it. Hopkins, I'm talking about.
Let's see if that's what they might have in mind on second down and 3 from the 4.
Not enough room here, Vern.
Okay. Dorsett. That's short of the first down. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1 from 2. Rich Cranack, number 52, made the tackle.
These are aggressive linebackers. Cranack, as you see, there's a backup inside linebacker as well as outside, and they're real aggressive. Today we're seeing them blitz both Cobb and Reggie Wilkes, both outside linebackers. That time they brought Cranack up and they sent him inside, and he did a good job of filling and making the stop.
Fred Cornwell, number 85, and Phil Posderick have come in. Cowboys like to play action to their tight end in places like this. 3rd down and 2, and they can get the first down without the touchdown. No play action this time. That's Dorsett, who will be close to the first down. They needed to get to the 1, and Fred Wyant says, stop the clock and we'll measure.
Well, that's twice now. Once I said play action. Now you jumped in there and said, I'll play head coach. You said play action. Also, the Philadelphia Eagles are thinking play action, but they say, hold it. They're going to do something different. The Cowboys now are running the football in these short goal line situations.
That is going to call for the measurement. Fred Wyant will separate everybody.
Well, I know one thing. If we'd only scored 23 points in the last 3 games, shoot, I'd go for it if we didn't make it.
Let's see what Landry has in mind. Yep, he's going to go for it. He'll keep Septien on the bench. Marion Campbell signals in the defense, and that is Campbell's responsibility. He calls the defensive signal.
There it is. Round him up, little elbow inside. We don't have any idea. That probably means with the elbows into the hip, tackles pinch. Everyone pinching down inside. Linebackers stealing outside. Let's see if that's what they do.
White calls for quiet from the sellout crowd. They respond because it's a hometown team. Splitbacks behind Danny White on 4th and inches. Play fake. White, nobody open. Pulls up, fires it deep. Coffee! Oh.
Well, they've been saying that this offense has not been imaginative enough, hasn't been exciting. We've been saying play action, and I'd be doggone with 5 inches to go if they don't run a play action. Everyone's covered, and then finally Cosbie, smart wide receiver that he is, tight end, eases back inside, gets open, and White, outstanding job of finding him.
Can you believe that?
On 4th and inches. Here's Septiad. It's been a teeter-totter here in the first half. The Cowboys, having fallen behind, now go on top.
Interesting, huh, fellas? Let's go back. Can we look at that, or let's look at it and see if we can find something interesting
2-yard
about
pass.
it.
Okay.
Maybe do a little chalkboard on this and find out how he got open. Okay.
Where's Clay?
Okay. All righty. Cosbie right here. He goes outside. Play action inside. He steps up inside. Okay, run it back. Run it back. Don't run it anymore. Just run it back. He's going to go over. Yeah, back it up. I want to see it one more time. All right, back it up one more time. Where is that guy? 90. Okay. All right, run it. Dive. Okay. Okay. All right, I got it. I got it. And then 94 is, who is that guy? Darby.
Byron Darby.
Darby tries to come back and save it. There he is. He goes down inside.
Okay.
All right. Tick, 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 tick. Dive, play action, drops back, and then he goes down.
They've quit using this scoreboard down here, so we don't have any official. You got to duck under. It's really terrific. Another part of the class act. I can't believe that. I don't know. You can't see anything.
Can I do it now?
Okay.
All
Let
right.
Terry take it right out there.
Okay.
Hold it, T. Hold it.
All right. Now you got to check. Cornwell's coming in motion. He's going to come up side and block. Newsom's here. He dives up inside. Same play they ran a while ago. White comes out, fakes, drops back, and then Cosbie goes down, and bingo, right across the middle, wide open. What's this? Like we never got that out. There's the play action. He sets up. White that is. No one open. And then finally Cosbie, good job of maneuvering in for the 6.
Back live. Kickoff return. Herman Hunter breaks the tackle.
Fumble.
20. Fumble. Eagles, I think, get it back. Joel Williams, number 59, should be the body at the bottom of the pile. After they get through unstacking. Philadelphia does retain possession of the ball, but back at the 22-yard line. Does that kind of a play that Landry sent in on 4th and inches surprise you a little bit?
It does surprise me because I had anticipated play action. They've done it so much down there. And the thing that you've got to admire about Landry is he knows they do it a lot. They had a tendency, they being the Eagles, if they play action, and I'd be doggone with 5 inches to go if he doesn't run. That's a very gambling play, but it paid off.
He is talking with Jim Myers, his assistant head coach on the sidelines.
I like the call. I think it's kind of exciting. I would have loved to have been running it.
9:36 to go in the half. Haddix and Jackson behind Ron Jaworski in the eye. 14-10 Dallas now. Quick opener to Michael Haddix, and he is out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Our score 14-10. Dallas leads it. Let's go to New York for this update with Brent Musburger. And I would bet, Brent, that Forrest Gregg's going to work on special teams next week. There's a handoff to Ernest Jackson, and he doesn't get much at all. As Mike Hegman, number 58, was there to supply the defensive thrust. That brings up a 3rd down and about 6.
As you look at Hegman, 58, at Jackson, talking to him, they almost had, they were talking about putting him in a plastic bag and icing him down because of his style. He takes such a pounding as a running back and is so sore. Actually, talking to him yesterday, Vern, he said he was still sore coming into this game today.
3rd down, officially 5. Greg Garrity and Herman Hunter in the lineup. Shotgun formation. See if the Cowboys have the blitz on. They do not. Stunts by the defensive line. The pass is caught for the 1st down. Mike Quick out to the 35. And Victor Scott, number 22, makes the tackle.
Well, you think the Cowboys obviously have learned their lesson against these Eagles. Last time they blitzed them in Philadelphia, boy, Ron just burned them. Now today, the Cowboys aren't even burned. They're not even showing blitz. They're just dropping back and playing zones, and they're running those little quick slants and in routes to their wide receivers, which are good patterns to run versus zones.
That third down conversion on 3rd and 5 gives the Eagles new life. 7:45 to go in the first half. Jaworski with a bruised right shoulder. Happened in the 3rd period of the game against St. Louis. Now comes the linebacker blitz, and Spagnola makes the catch in front of Dexter Clinksdale. John Spagnola, number 88, had a big day the first time these two teams met. Has been kind of quiet here recently.
Well, Vern, the reason is they've come out and started running the football. The Eagles were running the football. Now the thing we're seeing is a personality developed by the Eagles. They said, okay, run, run, run. We've done no good, right? And then Jaworski says, forget this garbage. Let's throw it now. 2 passes in a row, 2 completions.
7:05 to go in the half. Dallas leads at 14-10. Sellout crowd in Irving. High formation. Mike Quick in motion, number 82. Fullback Haddix for about 4 near the 50-yard line. Jim Jeffcoat, number 77, made the tackle.
That's one of those phony plays. When I used to play, I used to always, if you had a big play, you'd come back, kind of get your breath and say, okay, let's try this little shot as we look at Haddix. Little play up the middle, 4 or 5 yards, maybe 2 or 3 yards. That just gets your breath. Now he's coming out, bingo, down the field we go.
Is that what you expect?
Well, that's what I would do.
Okay.
I'm up here next to you. That's what I would do.
But you've been down there before.
Right, and I love being down there in this position.
Let's see if Jaworski has that in mind. 2nd down and 7. Nope. Ernest Jackson, Jeffcoat up high. And there was another tackler down low to supply the stop to Ernest Jackson. Jackson played his collegiate football at Texas A&M, was an 8th-round draft choice of San Diego, and traded in the offseason, having rushed for more yards than any runner in the AFC last year. Came to the Eagles in September. Said he was surprised by the trade.
Said he was hurt by the trade, and you take that he was a little bitter that they didn't respect his accomplishments in San Diego. Heck, the guy was all pro.
3rd down and 7. Garrity and Hunter back in on 3rd down. And again, the Cowboys have only a 5-man rush. Pass is dropped by Herman Hunter. That's the 2nd catchable pass that he's been unable to hang on to, and Jaworski was in the face of pretty good pressure.
You're going to see a fake blitz this time, as you're going to see Bates up on the inside with the middle with the linebacker giving Ron a fake blitz look. See 40 Bates upside, now Clinkscale 47 on the outside, both of them up inside faking it. Now Bates really is not rushing. His man blocks, he just releases and goes up in there, but Hunter dropped the ball.
Mike Horan on the punt. Bill Bates has dropped back to the 10-yard line.
That stuff would drive you crazy, won't it, trying to figure it out?
Well, what you said you thought they'd fake blitz a lot today.
Fake it and drop out, fake it and drop out, then go ahead and run it. Well, that's a advantage.
And a fair catch call. Now the ball is limping and will be down at the 1-yard line. Almost.
That thing was a hot potato. David Little.
Well, he was in a similar position last week that Chicago intercepted a pass against the Cowboys. Here's Bates calling for the fair catch.
So you got to really wave that baby now. You got to get that right arm up there and show the world. Now, 59. He says, hold it, where's that ball? There it is. Then finally, Little and Jesse Finn fighting over it. I couldn't tell the difference. If it was Penn,
Philadelphia.
I thought it would. Well, it would have been.
That was Joel Williams.
Was it Williams? 89.
59.
59.
Joel
I thought
Williams.
it was 89.
No. Yeah.
Oh,
Where's
well.
Tommy? Tommy? Gary just forgot to flip over the chart.
No, I couldn't. I had it right. Bert, it's fun. I had it right. But he kept going around. That's not the guy. It's 59.
I did this. I saw a 9, so I just went to the first thing that showed. There it is right there.
Hey, they for a while at least, they had the down and distance up here. I hope they bring it back.
Well, who did I call? I said.
You called Jesse Penn.
No, I said Little.
Yeah, you said Little.
I said Little, then he went to 59, and here's 59 over here. else, I'll come back and I'll say Joel Williams.
No, ignore it now. Nobody on a punt, nobody would know it. Don't even call attention to it, really. .5:23 to go first half. Cowboys pin back at their own 3-yard line, first down 10. They have a 14-10 lead. And off to Newsom out to the 7-yard line over left tackles Titanser and Chris Schultz opening the hole. But Anthony Griggs was there to fill it, number 58. Newsom spent a couple of weeks on the bench with an injury. He had become injured in the Houston game and has really had what he himself says is a so-so season so far.
Well, he really wants to run the football more. Of course, you know, with Dorsett, that's the guy that's going to run it. But today, looks like they're decoying Dorsett and giving the ball off to Newsom.
Under 5 minutes and a half. Hill comes to the left side. Danny White will throw it from the end zone. Drills the ball to Cosbie. First down at the 23. It was that kind of play they were trying to complete against Chicago last week when Hampton knocked the ball up and Richard Dent intercepted the touchdown.
This is a good job by Cosbie. White comes back and Reichenbach, 55, the linebacker, has Cosbie man for man, but he falls down. See him fall down? And then good job by Cosbie getting his hands up because White had that football right in his face and he got those big mitts up there, grabbed the ball, then Ellis, 24, made the stop. Actually, he caught that in self-defense, Vern.
4:10 to go in the half. 14-10, Dallas leads it. Two-step drop, right side. Tony Hill makes the catch again out across the 25 to the 26. Roynell Young and Reggie Wilkes, number 51, was out there to help on the tackle. Elsewhere in the National Football League today, the Giants now leading St. Louis in the second quarter by 7. Giants go into today's game tied. Ron Brown's 2 kickoff returns have given the Rams a 7-point lead. And Denver has gone in front of the Raiders 14-7. Now there's a player injured. As Tom Landry looks on, one of the Eagles has been shaken up and timeout has been called. The injured Eagle is Greg Brown, number 98.
Got a finger in the eye.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Thanks, bud. A lot going on. Things are flying through the air. God almighty.
What a great game. What a great game. I think Vern's doing a great job.
Uh-huh.
I love it. You got to be on your toes today, brother.
How you doing, Andy? You okay?
Huh?
We have not seen or said anything about...
we hadn't had time to say nothing,
I
Vern.
know. About Mike Refro blocking on Wes Hopkins.
No.
Okay. 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 Good. Okay, fine, Chuck. Struthers?
90.
Now they're back. Now they're trying to use it. I guess it's just not working.
Struthers come in for Brown.
Yeah.
Number 93. There's Brown. He's all
White
right.
is what? 7 of 9. Okay. Greg Brown got a finger stuck in his eye. He is on the bench, and Tom Struthers, number 93, has taken his spot. Doesn't look like it's anything serious. The Cowboys have a 2nd down and 6 from their own 27-yard line. 3:25 to go in the half. 14-10 Dallas. They go from the eye with Dorsett the deep back. Dorsett should have blocked from Newsom, but that doesn't open much of a hole. The ball was down, so that is not a fumble. And the Cowboys will face a 3rd down and about the same. The Cowboys are trying something unique now in terms of blocking the all-pro safety Wes Hopkins.
What they wanted to do was send Renfro in motion, 82, and pass up to strong safety, 24, Ray Ellis. Now, that's a no-no, but they felt like they had to get to Hopkins and block him. You know, that kind of doesn't make sense, pass up one guy to get to another. But that's how much respect they have for 48. The free safety, Wes Hopkins, run right by 24.
That violates the basic principle of football, doesn't it?
Well, all I was taught it does, Vern, but, you know.
That is something the Cowboys are trying today, not on passing plays, but on running down. That's a first down to Tony Hill at the 38-yard line. As Hill makes another grab, he came in with 907 yards, or 909 rather, and 62 catches, a career high.
Well, you search the field all day long in situations like this, trying to find where you can get a receiver man for man. Herman Hunter, 46. I mean, Hunter, Edwards right there, 46, man for man on Hill, just drives him down, breaks outside, and then gets the first down.
First down 10 for the Cowboys. That is their 10th of the first half. They lead at 14-10 with 2:31 to go. Have moved the ball now from the 4-yard line. Dorsett coming left. In trouble. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all she wrote. Anthony Griggs, number 58, made the tackle.
You got two linebackers. You got Reichenbach, and you got Griggs, and you got the free safety. You had three people up on the line of scrimmage and not one defensive lineman outside with your guards pulling. So that tells you how aggressive, as you look at 58 Griggs, how aggressive the Eagle linebacking group are. They really pursuit. And you got to take advantage of that, Bird, by coming out now, play action, or do those little quick passes that Danny's been doing.
And you might have noticed that Greg Brown is back in the lineup. Cowboys talk it over. 2-minute warning.
We gone?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No.
14-0.
Well, what they're doing, what the Cowboys are doing, and one of the mistakes they're making is that they're staying with basic running plays wide against these aggressive linebackers, and they're getting nothing out of it. Their best running a game has been up inside with Newsome, but they're going to have to get to the play action passes. You know, they're just playing around, but they got to open this baby up. That's my own thinking. I'm up here, but, you know, that's how I would play this team. Yeah, heck yeah. A 4-yard hitch, a 10-yard O-cut, and 4 little old dinky runs is all right.
Yeah. Well, why don't...
Ask
yeah.
me. Vernon set me up.
Yeah, I'll set him up. I'll just say, okay.
No comment, Byrne.
You're a big
that's too controversial.
Gotcha. Tom Landry did call a play-action pass on 4th and 5 inches from the 2-yard line, but other than that, they've been pretty conservative.
It's a very conservative offense. Little flips outside, little short, quick hook routes, nothing deep crossing down the middle, none of that. Very conservative game plan in the first half.
Would you change that?
Well, hey, you're asking me. I would, but I don't coach this football.
No, but you again have played it. 2nd down and 9. And they're going to throw on 2nd and 9, and Danny White wants to go deep.
There you go.
Must have heard you. Mike Refro, first down at the 45.
You have a linebacking group that's setting at 8 yards, and you got a secondary that's another 15 yards behind them, and there's a 20-yard gap there. The Cowboys got a man in that gap and hit him.
16-yard gain, no huddle. From the 45 on first down. White, left side, into the flat. They'll have to use a timeout now at the 40-yard line if they want to conserve the clock, and they have called timeout.
Well, you really didn't have to call a timeout here. This is where you had a minute 38 left. You had enough time to go up to the line of scrimmage, set your offensive team, and call a play at the line of scrimmage and get it off and save a timeout.
Oh, he's breathing deep now.
I'm so proud.
He's breathing deep now. He and Deerdorf.
Well, wouldn't you? Look, you got a minute 38.
I understand.
You're on the 40-yard line.
Hey,
why call a
to me.
timeout?
Did we not set up the fact they ought to throw deep, and did they not?
Did they not? They listened to us. I know they listened to us. Those Cowboy coaches. I don't, they don't run the crossing routes anymore. And one of the things we ought to talk about is maybe it's the offensive line. Maybe they don't think they got the offensive line. Yeah, because when I played against them, they had Staubach throwing those deep crossing routes all over the place. And now we're seeing a short attack. Maybe they don't think they have the offensive line that can do it.
Yeah, it just hadn't worked yet. 14-0 Chiefs, okay.
What are you going to try to get a shot of?
Oh, the shot you talked about last night.
Oh, yeah.
When they're on defense.
Well, we had a good shot earlier, remember?
Yeah. What do we got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It'll work. It'll work with the Cowboys at your back.
There's Thurman with his new hairdo. Come on out with him. Okay.
Boy, when you're asking me what I do.
That's why we pay you. See the leader of Thurman's thieves, Dennis Thurman, just walk away from Clinkscale and Walls. Dennis Thurman has a new haircut. Said he wanted to look more like Marvin Hagler, and he shaved his head yesterday. 2nd down and 5. Shotgun formation. Dorsett, it was on that play the Cowboys scored in the first game up in Philadelphia, and this time it goes nowhere. So now, having used the timeout to call that draw play.
It's a great time to take a timeout and get no gain. I can't understand it.
Now they've got a 3rd and 5, and they go without the huddle. White with time, nobody open. Greg Brown chasing, flag is down. White is too, and so is the ball. There's a flag in the offensive backfield. So having used the timeout with 1:38 to go, the Cowboys call the draw play, get nothing, and now there's a penalty on an incomplete pass. Fred Wyatt will let us know what's going on.
Illegal hands to the face mask, number 91.
That is Reggie White, the Minister of Defense. Talking with Tom Rafferty and arguing his case. 2 years in the USFL. Marion Campbell looking on.
I can tell you right now, Reggie, you're not going to win it. Just might as well get on back over there.
Reggie White is 9.5 sacks since he joined this team after the season started, and he'd best be careful. He's going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Well, Marion Campbell's obviously upset about that. So, I don't know what he did. Evidently, could have been a head slap. You can take that right hand and hit somebody up alongside the helmet. Well, that's illegal. Used to be it was legal, but no longer is. But he said in the face. So I don't know what that is.
What a big call on an incomplete 3rd down pass. The Cowboys now have a 1st down at the 25. From the shotgun into the flat, Dorsett with Rafferty in front, and he and Rafferty run right into each other.
That's mass confusion.
They will go without the huddle again as Tom Landry looks on. 50 seconds to go.
Danny's trying to hit the wide receiver down there at 15 yards, but he was covered and threw it out in the flat to Dorsett with a guard leading. But hey, that was just people running all over one another.
Clock shows 40 seconds to go. Looks deep for James Jones. Touchdown is deep for Cosbie. 23 yards. 2nd catch for 6 for Doug Cosbie today.
Nothing conservative about that throw. You got to ask, how does this guy get open so much when you got these fleet wide receivers and a 6'6", 280-pound, 260-pound, 200 whatever he is, tight end? Danny's looking to the left. Now he comes back to the right and thinks he has Hill. Then all of a sudden down the middle is Cosbie wide open as he runs right by number 48. Gee whiz, that's Wes Hopkins.
Septien will try and make it a 21-10 game with 34 seconds to go. So Reggie White's infraction turns out to be the big play in this drive. And Cosbie gets his 2nd touchdown in the 1st half. We'll talk it over with offensive backfield coach Jim Schaffner, or quarterback coach Jim Schaffner. Al Levan is the running back coach for the team. 21-10 coming up this Thursday. The Cowboys back home against the St. Louis Cardinals at 3:30 Eastern time. It begins with the NFL today. Dallas with home games not only today against Philadelphia, but also against St. Louis, and then the 15th of December, the New York Giants. So they have division opponents at home, and that game Thursday is another critical game in the NFC Eastern Division race. Cardinals, of course, are playing the Giants today, and we're trailing 10-3 last we heard. And the Cowboys up 21-10.
Cosbie, this guy does a good job of getting loose, finding the open areas for such a big man. Just a natural knack of getting in. Look at that, 11 plays, 96 yards with a 23-yard pass to Cosbie.
Once they found Renfro across midfield, they called timeout, and then the big play was on 3rd down. An incomplete pass, but they caught Reggie White for the penalty to give the Cowboys new life at the 23. Septien says, I'm ready. Herman Hunter at the 6. Now to the 25. Steve DiOssi, a part of the wrestling match with Vince Albritton, number 36, and we've got 28 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up at the half, Brent Nerve with scores and highlights of all the games in the National Football League here in Week 12, and I think you heard Brent say that this has been the wild and wackiest week yet. So it'll be fun to have Brent Nerve update us with everything that is going on in just a few moments. The Swamp Fox, Marion Campbell. I found it fascinating when his team was 1-4. He went back and researched teams that had started out that way and made the playoffs. And he found about 5 or 6, used that as an inspiration for the Eagles. They are 6-5 now, but there's a drop, and that's another one for Herman Hunter. That's 3.
Well, he talked about as we look at Ron Jaworski, he talked about the Raiders and when they started out 1-5, and he talked about the Steelers who started out 1-5 and ended up going to the playoffs. So he researched it and said, hey, you know, we've got a chance here. He said his football team was an improving football team, getting better week in and week out, and he was pretty excited about their chances of possibly getting into those playoffs.
And if they can win this ball game, they really are in great shape because of the 4 contending teams in the NFC East. Philadelphia has probably the easiest schedule. They get Minnesota twice, Washington at home. They do have a trip to San Diego. But this is a big one. Here's Jaworski going deep, and there's a big catch. Kenny Jackson, number 81. Clock shows 15 seconds to go. First down at the 48 following the 28-yard catch.
Good job by Jaworski of getting that football over the cornerback's head and dropping it down into Jackson's hand. And we're talking from where Ron was throwing it, a 30-yard pass. Look at Fellows, 27. He's dropping deep, and all of a sudden there's Walls underneath it, and the ball went over Walls' head and underneath Fellows' head and right into the hands of Jackson. Now, Jackson really should have just gotten on out of bounds and saved those 7 seconds of jitterbugging back inside.
Kenny Jackson caught 6 passes for 134 yards in the first game. He comes from South River, New Jersey, where he was a high school quarterback. There is a guy on the Cowboy bench who caught a few passes named Drew Pearson, now a coach who was a quarterback at South River, New Jersey. And there's a guy watching back in Washington, D.C.,
Joe Theismann,
who was also a quarterback at South River High School, and we want to wish Joe the best.
Well, that's not bad, huh? 2 of these guys ended up being receivers. One of them, of course, stayed to be a quarterback and a doggone good one. I hope old Joe's leg's getting all right.
Timeout has been called with 15 seconds to go. There is Tom Landry, and of course one of his assistants is Drew Pearson that we mentioned. That is Alan Lowry on the right side of the Cowboy coach. 250, 145, and 6 in his 26th year.
You know, one interesting thing about Landry and talking to Schaffner, the offensive coach of the Cowboys, is he said that Landry likes multiple defenses and multiple offenses because they challenge his defense, and it really is very confusing. I'll talk more about that as this game goes on.
From the shotgun, Cowboys threatening a blitz. They are not coming. They're sending 4. Jaworski goes deep, intercepted, picked off by Bill Bates. Bates is up and still running. That is the 28th Cowboy interception of the season. And the second time Jaworski has been picked off today.
Take that blitz. They got up inside. The same look they gave the Cowboys. The Cowboys gave the Eagles early in the year. There's Bates, 40-47 clink scale. Now they drop out into deep zones. Now Jaworski sees this and tries to fire it in between, but Bates makes a play on the football as he tries to hit Jackson and actually knocks down Victor Scott, 22, and then escapes, finally running the clock out. Well, not running it out, but
making a good job of getting the football back. There's Bates, Tennessee man.
Of the 28th, he has 4. And the Cowboys take over with 4 seconds to go. He and Reggie White of the Eagles were teammates with the Volunteers. And that shall be the final play of the first half. 2 touchdown tosses from Danny White to Doug Cosbie. And a 3-yard touchdown run by Tony Dorsett have propelled the Dallas Cowboys to a 21-10 halftime lead. Okay, great. NFC Eastern Division battle. Philadelphia jumped off to a 3-0 lead. The Cowboys came back, and then they seesawed back and forth before the Cowboys scored 2 unanswered touchdowns, both catches by Doug Cosbie. Terry, we said at the top we didn't know whether Dallas could salvage anything from the train wreck. Apparently they found something to work on.
Well, they're playing well. They're playing aggressive. I think they were a little bit tentative with their running attack. They were running well with Newsome, and then finally in the end of the first half, they started play action, started throwing the football. I think they need to get back to that, but they are on top and are playing well.
In terms of a defensive scheme, you will recall, those of you who watched the game a month ago, Dallas lived by the blitz and died by it in the fourth quarter. You thought they would fake the blitz a lot today, and I think that's what they've done.
Well, you know, they're smart. These are 2 smart coaches, and Campbell knows that they handled that blitz well the first time they played, and Landry knows that they got burned on that baby. It cost them that football game. Coming into this, the Cowboys, I expected them to fake it, and not only did I think they were going to fake it, looks like the Eagles were prepared for it also, because the blitz has not been an apparent issue so far. Only from linebackers have we seen them blitz burn. That's been on first down to support the run.
Well, we still have 30 minutes to play here at Texas Stadium. Another sellout crowd gathered on a gloomy November afternoon. Back with a kickoff after this. Okay. Nothing to it, right? You got it. Danny White is hit. What is the Cowboy Club record? Is it 12? I think it's 12. Yeah. Anybody got a? I've got a press guide somewhere. Is the Cowboy press guide in there? Or is it in my briefcase? I believe it's 12 in a row. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see it at all. I understand. I know. On an overcast day, Paul McFadden gets set to kick off for the Philadelphia Eagles to open the third quarter. Dallas will have Robert Levette, Todd Fowler, and James Jones deep. Levette, the rookie from Georgia Tech, is the middleman for 3. Takes the ball near the sideline and will stay in that area. Breaks 1 tackle. Fumble. And is back to the 18. Now Philadelphia says they have got it.
Joel Williams pointing that Philadelphia has recovered that fumble.
There's also a flag down. And Dwayne Giles, number 53, is down in the bottom of that stack.
Well, if it's any indication by the way that the Eagles are acting, the Eagles have indeed recovered that football. Now the umpire's saying down, it's down. So let's see.
Face mask.
Face mask on the Eagles.
That may not affect the recovery, if indeed it is a Philadelphia recovery. Well, guess what? We're going to have a convention.
No, what happens is you got a penalty here, face mask, but you've got exchange of possession, so I'd give Philadelphia the football if they recovered it and go ahead and penalize them for face mask. Well, how's that sound?
That sounds logical.
Sounds good to me. That's what I'd do.
Face mask, number 67, re-kick. 5-yard penalty.
What a break for Dallas.
15-yard penalty, re-kick.
Oh. Okay, so it's a face mask, but they're not going to give him the ball. They're going to penalize him 15 yards. Now we're looking at, gee whiz.
Jerry Ferry.
67, Ferry. There's the face mask right there. Boy, he's pulling him all over the place.
And they were totally unaware of the battle going on for the football, so that wipes out a fumble recovery by the Eagles.
Well, you know what I'm questioning is, had they recovered the football and then Ferry commits the penalty? So this is how you look at it. Now, this is what Campbell said. Did we get the football first and then the penalty occur? If so, then it should be their football, and then Philadelphia should be penalized the 15 yards, but they should have possession of the football.
Campbell is still pleading his case.
Well, I would too. Hey, we're talking a close game here. We're talking a close division. I'd plead everything I had doubt about. Hey, they're still not sure of this. Look at this. Now we got the back judge over there. Ted Marchibroda, the offensive coordinator, he's out on the field. See, now Landry's calling a guy. This is evidently what they're discussing. Was there an exchange of possession?
Was it post-possession?
Right.
Yes. Well, let me talk to somebody else.
Now you're going to see the return. That's coming up the field. Now he's going to do a little juking inside and a little juking outside. Now the tight end comes over. David Little. Now the football is not loose.
And
there is the penalty. Okay, now I'm going to tell you something. Whatever they call, they can't go wrong because I saw it again.
Face mask against Philadelphia on the run back. Dallas's ball to be penalized from the spot of the fumble.
Well, that's a compromise. That's totally different than the original interpretation. And I think, Terry, and I'm getting a little bit out of my own field here, but I think they're saying that the recovery had not yet taken place at the time of the infraction.
Well, what I was trying to say was it was so close, even as we have these monitors and we look at it, the face mask is there, the ball is on the ground, we lose sight of the football, so I don't know had they recovered the football and then Ferry had the holding call, so who knows, we couldn't tell. Obviously, Ferry thinks it's crazy.
Watch again at the fumble and then almost a simultaneous face mask call.
All right. Now Little comes in, he hits him first. Crayneck knocks the ball out. Now the ball's on the ground. Now there's the face mask. Doggone near simultaneous, I tell you.
Somebody call Solomon. We need him. This conversation has not concluded. Jerry Bergman is over there. Ted Marchibroda. Bergman and Marchibroda are talking.
Now that's what the Eagles are saying. The Eagles are saying what I said. The Eagles are saying we had the football, then we got the penalty. And what the ref is saying is no way. The fumble occurred, the penalty happened, and then bingo, then the exchange of possession.
Having changed their interpretation, you might have heard Jerry Bergman say, no, the face mask happened before the fumble recovery. First down 10, Dallas at the 32. Dorsett up the middle. That's a gain of 2. Now for an update and a special report, let's go to New York, and this report from CBS News. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We're at our best right now, huh? Sly Fox.
Gee, I thought he was serious.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it and I can hear him. Yeah.
Hey, Chuck, how did we handle that penalty deal?
Stand by. Stand by. Back, and Cowboys have a first down and 10 on the first down pass play. Danny White finds Tony Hill while we were away for that tragic news from Charles Osgood in New York. The Cowboys did manage to pick up a first down. They scored it out a first down by inches on 3rd down and 1. And then the play we just had as we came back live, Tony Hill caught Danny White's pass. That, by the way, is the 10th pass in succession that Danny White has completed. The club record is 12 in a row. He's only 2 away from it. Danny White is now 14 of 16 for 132 yards after the last pass completion. To the 40-yard line, Timmy Newsom. Philadelphia had given up 456 yards on the ground in the last 2 games, including 237 last week. And it was thought that Dallas would be able to run the ball well. That was Dorsett instead of Newsom on the last carry.
Well, the thing that's so different from the Cowboy running attack as opposed to the Cardinals is the fact that Dorsett is a slashing sprinter type runner as opposed to the power runners that the Eagles have faced. And so therein lies the difference.
It'll be 2nd down and 6. Dallas leads at 21-10, opening moments of the 3rd quarter. Backs in the eye, 2 wide receivers to the right side. That's a busted play. Dorsett will have to freelance and will lose yardage all the way back to the 45. Obvious from the point of the snap that things were not right.
Well, sometimes you have now.
Look at Gary Cobb and Dorsett going after it.
I don't know if they're going after it or what, but this is a mix-up. You can see as Danny comes out, Newsom actually is in Danny's way. Newsom should have gone over Danny's right hip. Now that interrupts the entire play. Now you see White, 91, chasing. Look at him mirror Dorsett like a cutting horse, cutting in there, setting right in front, and makes the tackle. I like that analogy, cutting horse. You don't know anything about cutting horses.
You got that right. 3rd down. White has completed 10 in a row. The Cowboys excellent on 3rd down conversion. 4-man rush. White deep right side, dropped. There goes the string, and that ball was catchable.
Well, if there's been one complaint about Hills, it's the fact that he has not made the big tough catches. That time he comes inside, the football was thrown on his left hip, should have caught the football. Top of your screen, you can see Hill coming down, plants and comes inside as Ronell Young is inside, and that ball hits him right in the hand. He should have caught that football. I mean, you're going to drop him. I mean, I'm not sitting here getting on the guy, but that ball should have been caught.
Evan Cooper back to return Mike Saxon's punt. Cooper waits at the 10-yard line. There has been a lot of criticism of Tony Hill in the media and among his teammates here for not catching what could have been a touchdown pass last week.
Oh, great job that time by Scott, 22, of getting down there, protecting the goal line, then knocking that football out on the 4-yard line.
That's a 41-yard kick for Mike Saxon in his first year as the Cowboy punter.
Kicker taking film home.
As a result, the Eagles have a first down at their own 3-yard line. Split backs, hand off, Jackson for a couple. Just to complete the Mike Saxon story, he's in his first year as a free agent kicker. He was drafted by the Lions last year and didn't make the roster. He's from San Diego State. Mike Saxon has bought a home about 6 blocks from the Cowboy new headquarters in Dallas. He said, I'll tell you the difference between a free agent punter and a 1st and 2nd round draft choice. Kevin Brooks and Jesse Penn both drive $40,000 automobiles. I'm driving a moped. We all live in the same complex. He said, I drive my moped in between their 2 cars. 2nd down and 7. Mike Quick. Jaworski to throw from the end zone. Into the flat. Jackson is open.
Good job that time. Good pressure by the Cowboys. Coming inside, man-for-man coverage. Walls on Jackson. Little play action. Drives Jackson. Drove Walls deep. Turned outside. And boy, Jaworski just bang. Powered that football in there. And I'll tell you what, you're talking about driving cars. Folks, I drive an old beat-up truck. I had to have it repaired. Can't afford a new car. And my friend here, Vern Lunkers, took me to play golf a week or so ago. And what does he drive? Nice little Mercedes. So don't, hey, tell me about cars.
Don't do that to me. The IRS is listening. First and 10. Cowboys are blitzing.
All out linebacker blitz.
Jaworski gets great protection, and Kenny Jackson, silver quick, is out to the 37-yard line before he is tackled. That's another first down and a gain of 22.
One of the things we had seen is not safety blitzes, but linebacker blitzes. As Hegman on the outside, Lockhart on the inside. Notice how Rohr now comes up inside. Rohr 50, and then Lockhart 56 up inside. Jaworski steps up and hits Jackson, which is wide open. No one there. Now he comes down, picks up the block, and goes outside.
9:50 to go, third quarter. Eagles have moved from their own 3 to the 39. Wide receivers left and right. Ernest Jackson going left. Spilled after a 2-yard gain. The tackle made by the middle linebacker, Gene Lockhart. Leonard Mitchell gets up, having supplied the block. He's having a long afternoon against Ed Too Tall Jones. Elsewhere in the National Football League, with our score 21-10 at the current time, Chicago blanks Atlanta. They're 12-0, 36-0. In overtime, Igwe Buike's field goal gives Tampa Bay its second win. Miami over Buffalo by 9. It'll be second down and 7. No blitz. Jaworski left side. Playscale had slipped as he tried to get out and cover, and Jackson makes the catch and steps out of bounds. Continuing with a rundown of scores, the Jets' Pat Leahy kicks a field goal, and New York defeats New England in overtime in the Meadowlands. 160 yards for Earl Campbell. First time he's been over 100 since he went to New Orleans, and the Saints finally break a 6-game losing streak.
The rebirth of Earl Campbell.
Houston hangs on, and they defeat San Diego by 2.
Now that's a shocker there.
And Cleveland defeats Cincinnati with Gary Danielson back at starting quarterback.
AFC Central, anybody can win it.
3rd and 1. 21-10, Dallas leads. Jackson. That's going to be real close.
Oh, he got it.
Second effort, he sure did.
Great effort that time by Jackson. Initially, he was stopped, kept driving with his legs, and then moved to the left to the outside, picked up the first down.
31 yards on 14 carries for Jackson. He lives in Dallas in the offseason. He's a native of Rosenberg, Texas, down near Houston. Said he moved here last year and he had to buy 25 tickets for this game.
You know, it's funny. He bought a brand new home in San Diego, and then he got traded right off the bat. Said, then I bought a home up there, had to sell it there. Then he says, now I'm buying me one down here in Dallas. These guys make a lot of money.
First down 10. 21-10, 8:14 to go, third quarter.
Down.
Safety blitz coming.
Offside.
Cowboys came across the neutral zone.
Heckman said we've got the football, and they probably should have the football when you've got 8 guys offsides, but they had a delayed safety blitz with Downs 26 coming up inside, and they just went offside.
There's a flag on the far side of the field, as you might expect. Now, was there motion?
Procedure.
Oh.
Offense.
Well, they drew him offside. All right, let's see if we can see. Now, there's Jaworski, obviously changed, went to a longer count.
The center, Mark Dennard.
Dennard, the center. How in the world can a center draw people off sides without giving the quarterback the football?
Mark Dennard was the one who moved, number 65. Now, was there a fumble recovery? Apparently not.
Apparently not. They're saying that it was. There's Dennard. You're looking at him, number 6. How can a center snap the football and have a guy offside? Unless he faked it.
Very strange. First down and 15. 21-10, 8:10 to go, third quarter. Jaworski has a man open. Mike Quick doesn't drop the ball. He hangs on. That's close for a first down.
Well, one thing that Mike forgot to do was in professional football, if you hit the ground, you can get up and run. And I recall in practicing with the Steelers that once you catch the football and these guys hit the ground, our coaches holler, get up, get up, get up, run. Now, see Quick. Now, Walls has him. Boy, he's wide open. Now, that's good extension and a great catch. Now, get up. You need another yard for the first down. Get up and get it.
As a result, it'll be second down and 1. 21-10. Eagles are driving. They've moved from their own 3, but they trail by 11. Jackson again. A tough 2 yards. He might have enough to move the chains. Gene Lockhart
First
and
down.
John Dutton make the tackle.
Excuse me, partner. You know, talking about Quick, I had a nice little chat with him, and I congratulated him on his 99-yard and 1-foot reception. He reminded me that he actually had another foot, and I said, you know something, Mike? That is a record that will never be broken, but only be tied. He said, that's right. I am permanently in the record books. And he's a fine young man, and outstanding. I even told him, I said, I like the way you run. You're a beautiful runner. I told him that, you know, in case the guy wouldn't talk to me.
He did. Said he knew he had the touchdown against Atlanta 2 feet after he made the catch. Jaworski back to throw again. Deep left side. Caught. Nice catch.
Fumble.
And then dropped by Spagnola. Now, is it a catch? No, it's incomplete.
Here we go again. Now, what's going to be ruled here is that Spagnola have the ball in control when both feet hit the ground. If he did not, hey, we got fumble. Spags comes back. Oh, man, I'm glad that was close.
So that brings up a second down.
Well, at least we didn't have all the refs out there, you know, talking about it. So that was obviously they figured that it was incomplete. Dave Little comes in as an extra tight end. Jaworski is 9 of 18 for 119 yards. It's 21-10, 6:36 to go, third quarter. Cowboys leading. Second down and 10, Philadelphia. Cowboys are coming with all-out linebacker blitz.
And the pass quickly delivered by Jaworski because he had to is incomplete.
Now they've had a tendency now, the Cowboys that is, of running their blitzes on second down, and their blitzes have been an all-out linebacker blitz. So you're going to see up inside it's going to be 56 Lockhart, outside Rohr, 58 Hegman. All 3 linebackers blitzing plus 4 down linemen is 7. Same thing if you send a safety and keep 1 linebacker out. So good, Ernest Stockner has turned things around, and he's shooting the linebackers and keeping the safeties out for coverage. And it's working.
Eagles are 4 of 7 on third down conversions.
Now Bates and them are faking. Look at Downs and Bates are up inside faking the safety blitz. They're coming.
Jaworski across the middle, almost intercepted by Wall. He stepped right in front of Mike Quick. It'll be 4th down.
We're going to look at this again, Vern. Up inside. You're going to see, look at the safety. Safety, I'm going to draw him over here because you can't see him. From the outside, 1, 2, 3, and then checking and falling out, and they're going to lay out. And watch this, up inside. Here they come, Downs, clean scale, outside. Then Walls breaks on the pass. That time they had 8 men rushing, and then 1 guy back covering. Good job by Walls.
Mike Horan is on the punt for the 3rd time. Bates waits at the 10. Good drive by the Eagles, however. That goes into the end zone. We'll come back to the 20-yard line.
Major Everett did a good job of trying to spike that ball and knock it back.
So the Eagles move from their own 3 to the Cowboy 40, but the drive stalls. Dallas takes over after the punt. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Careful about the commercial mentions, guy.
Huh?
When you mention Mercedes, that boy, the people in New York will go
I
nuts.
forgot all about that. Is that what y'all meant? I didn't even think about that.
Oh.
You didn't say Mercedes?
No. No. Yes, but I didn't mention a brand name, which is a violation of programs.
Is that a brand name? Moped?
No.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, yes. I agree.
I tell you what, I didn't even think about it. I didn't know what you were talking about, Chuck. Albritton snuck in there on me, and I saw that 36, and I said, who in the world is that guy? You know, I swear to God, I didn't even realize I said that.
Yeah.
It never.
That's what Chuck was talking about. Boy, you mentioned brand names, and they go crazy in New York.
Yeah, Terry will call me. I won't answer my phone. Isn't that interesting? That time, Chuck,
Chuck, how they came out that time, and they came with an all-out safety blitz. If you ever want to show that, that is 2 outside safeties and 2 inside safeties and 4 down linemen, an 8-man rush. It is a clinic, but you knew it was going, and Ron knew it was coming because he had a long count. He knew it was coming. He went to the right guy. I love that. 36. Gee, Albritton. Whew.
He's the guy that
He's the
came
guy
off
that
injured
came
reserve.
up. Yeah. Hey, Vern.
Yo.
You never know. We might get us a car.
Cowboys lead at 21-10, 6:21 to go, third quarter. Dallas held Philadelphia after a fine Eagle march, and now Dallas takes over at its own 20-yard line. Dorsett going left, freelancing and coming back to the right. You might recall, well, our score is 21-10. Let's update you on the scores elsewhere around the National Football League. Final score, Washington over Pittsburgh 30-23. Jay Schrader in his first full game at quarterback, replacing Joe Theismann. And that's a tough thing to do. Green Bay has gone on top of the Rams. How about that? 17-14.
What's happening to the Rams?
Giants have increased their lead over St. Louis, and word we have is that Neil Lomax injured his passing arm, is doubtful to return. Denver leads the Raiders by 7. Second down. Dorsett to the 24-yard line. And Kansas City leading Indianapolis, trying to halt a 7-game losing streak, that game being played in Kansas City. Dorsett now with 50 yards on 20 carries, 1 touchdown. Just to clarify the rule interpretation at the beginning of the game, there was a fumble and a near simultaneous face mask penalty. And we've received word, the rule states that the ball goes to the team which had possession of the ball when the foul occurred. Therefore, because the Eagles had not gained possession, the Cowboys retained possession. That's the official rule interpretation. Here's White freelancing, first down at the 37-yard line. Looks like Bradshaw at his best.
No, I'm not that fast, or I wasn't. That's a good job, though. He got a lot of pressure from the outside. It forced Danny up inside. He was looking downfield the whole time, and there was no one open. Gets pressure from the outside. White and Brown force him out. Does a little maneuvering. Then Dorsett gets out of his way, and then Danny turns on that great athletic speed he has and gets down there and picks up the first down. Good slide, too. You know, if you go head first, you can get up and run if they don't touch you. Maybe we'll do that later on and surprise everyone.
Not unless he's foolish. 13 of 16 for 137, and now he's getting yardage on the ground. First and 10 from the 35. Newsom will be caught for a loss back to the 32.
Ken Clark, excuse me, Vern, nose tackle Clark coming around, doing a fine job that time of slipping Rafferty's blocking right on it.
See Gary Cobb reach down then, number 50, and try and bat the ball out. In the first game between these two teams, as you look at Ken Clark, Cobb was doing that on Dorsett throughout most of the game. He tackled Dorsett, reached down, and tripped the ball out and flick it away. Gary Cobb started his career with Dallas, and that is what began the antagonism in the first game. And he just tried to do it again on Newsom. So we'll see if Cobb tries to flick that ball out anymore this afternoon. James Jones in the lineup. White back to throw. Across the middle, incomplete, and a flag down on the far side of the field.
Well, Jones is going to say that 51 Wilkes had him and was keeping him from getting into the passing lane. The flag is down. You know, we haven't done a very good job today of getting these penalties, but I got to believe that Cobb was holding Jones.
I think you're right. Let's see. Well, guess what? Another meeting. Here's a bulletin.
Another meeting.
Holding number 51.
Hey.
Reggie Wilkes.
Wilkes holding Jones. Did I say Cobb?
Mm-hmm. I was just going to let it slide if you hadn't brought it back up again.
Well, I knew it was Wilkes. I was hoping you'd come in and say Wilkes did it, not Cobb, but you didn't.
Didn't want to point that out. I was just going to let it slip.
Wait, you make mistakes. I made enough of them out there. Everybody, 50, 100 million people saw them.
You also made enough good plays to win 4 rings. I know that. 3:35 to go. Cowboys get a first down on the holding call on Reggie Wilkes.
It does upset me, though, that it make a mistake.
I can tell you're really going right down under the table. First and 10. White across the
wide open.
Throw. Looks like a sand crab as he goes for an additional 4 yards.
Well, the Cowboys are an amazing football team is that they do so much gadgetry and try to hit these little short passes, but then when they want to, they have the ability to throw these deep routes, and that's a 20-yard deep in against the zone. That's where everybody just drops off and covers an area. Renfro got down there, slowed down, got in a big open spot, and Danny fired the football in there. I like those kind of routes, those 20 and 25-yard routes. They're fun to do, they're fun to watch, and boy, when you complete them, that's big yardage.
Mike Refro was raised in Fort Worth, graduated from TCU where his team won just 1 game, played most of his career with the Oilers and was acquired for Butch Johnson summer before last. First down 10, reverse, faked, and White lobs it out, and boy was that mixed up.
There's no one, there was no one out there to catch that, I don't know what that was, looked like a screen.
Tom's looking down to see what play he called.
Yeah, he's looking at his deal, but Jim Cooper, the right tackle, Jim ducked. He actually ducked so that the football wouldn't hit him in the head. It was actually a screen designed to get to Newsom, but Newsom was nowhere in sight. Tom's going, gee whiz, I can't believe that. I drew that up on the computer the other day, and it looked good.
Jim Schaffner's trying to explain it to him. Now Gary Hogeboom, who had nothing to do with the play.
Gary's in there.
Gary, did you signal in that play?
Yeah, Gary, get out of here.
Second down and 10.
Danny said, don't send that play in here anymore.
14 of 18 now for 156. Blitz is threatened by the Eagles. They don't do it much, and they've been burned when they have. They may be changing their defensive alignment. They're coming with the linebackers. White reads it and throws it away. Intended for Mike Refro. It'll be third down and 10.
You know, this game is a fun game for a quarterback because what you're doing is matching your mind with that defensive coordinator, and it's just a game of wits. Who can outguess one another? That time, Danny saw the blitz, and he saw the linebackers coming, knew he would have man coverage outside. He audibled. Now you're going to see the linebackers coming, Griggs and Reichenbach, and then he just throws it out of bounds.
Third down and 10. 2:35 to go. Third quarter. We've had no scoring in this half. It's 21-10 Dallas. Flag is down.
Wide open.
Got a man open down the sideline and throws it out of bounds and incomplete for Tony Hill. There is a flag at the line of scrimmage. Roynell Young, number 43, was defending.
Illegal motion, number 66.
That is Chris Schultz, the left tackle, and that penalty will no doubt be declined and bring up a fourth down and bring on Mike Saxon.
Illegal motion, number 66, declined, fourth down.
For the second time in the half, the Cowboys get across the midfield stripe, but are unable to move it inside the 40 and have to settle for a Saxon punt. Last time he put it out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Evan Cooper waits for it at the 10. Motion on the right side. And now the option rests with the Eagles. If their catch is taken by Cooper, that's a free play because Dallas will have a chance, or rather Philadelphia will have a chance to return it once again.
Illegal motion, right guard.
Let's kick it over. Big game for Philadelphia, Terry, because if they can win it, they really control their own destiny.
That's true, Vern, and they know this, and they've said in Philadelphia in their releases this week, the players have said this is a big game for us, an emotional game. The intensity level is really, they felt like on their side, not so much as on the Cowboys side. They felt like they were in the driver's seat right now. The Cowboys are 21-10.
2:23 to go third quarter, and Saxon will kick it over. Cooper waits again at the 10.
Ooh, almost
blocked.
Oh, we got
Flag
us
is
a
down.
penalty.
My, how quickly the fortunes can change. Saxon is still down. There's no drama here. No acting, that is. He has injured his right foot, but that will be a Cowboy first down, and there are two players injured. Saxon is up, but there is an Eagle still on the ground.
The Eagle, the man that is hurt by the Eagles is the man that tried to block the kick, number 20, Andre Waters, and he was the man that Saxon ends up kicking. Now you're going to see Saxon take the ball, try to kick it out of bounds on the right. Points up. That gives it a nice half fluff. Now here comes Water, and he comes in, and he hits Saxon right in the knee. Then, holy mackerel, where's the guy that's hurt? That's Ellis, 24.
That was Ray Ellis, but Waters was over to the right-hand side, and he went down.
And he went.
The foot.
Maybe he had a blowout in a tube there.
There is Mike Saxon on the sideline. Well, the Cowboys get new life after the roughing the kicker call. They still lead at 21-10. Mike Saxon, and Saxon has had his foot taped over on the sideline. Ken Locker, the Cowboys assistant trainer, working on him, and Andre Waters helped to the bench.
Yeah, what happened was that normally the kicker, if he kicks a guy like that, you would think that Waters was the guy that wasn't hurt, but actually it was Ray Ellis, 24, the strong safety that he kicked.
Cowboys do get new life with 2:14 to go. Handoff goes to Timmy Newsom for a tough 1 yard over the right guard spot, and that's about it. Now let's go to New York for this NFL update with Brent Musburger. And if the Cowboys win this game and New York wins that, they will stay tied, and the Redskins will be a game out. 2nd down and 9. Report on Mike Saxon, a bruised right foot, but he will return. Timmy Newsom searching for an area in which to run and can't find anything. And fumbles after he hits the ground.
Ray Ellis, 24. You know, Ray Ellis is the strong safety who is, in most cases, would be the guy supporting runs to the tight end side. But when I talked to him yesterday, he said, Terry, I am a linebacker. That's what I am. That's what I was at Ohio State, and that's what I am here. Actually, I'm a defensive back, but I play as a linebacker.
The last player drafted in '81 was Phil Nelson, the tight end from Delaware by the Raiders. Ray Ellis also played as a wide receiver in high school at Canton McKinley High School in Ohio. The Canton Bulldogs said he wore number 82, and for all the world, you couldn't convince him he was not John Stallworth of the Steelers. That was his idol.
I'm sorry, he wasn't.
3rd down. Tipped away by Roynell Young, right in front of Drew Pearson and in front of Tony Hill.
Well,
Drew was over there coaching.
I don't blame Danny for picking on Roynell Young, because as you can see, folks, as he runs off, he has a cast on his right arm. He has a broken right arm. Now, he does a good job of coming across, and my gosh, what does he do? Good job of keeping the left arm back and slapping the football away with his good arm.
Well, here's a sense of deja vu. The punter for the Cowboys will be Danny White. Up until 2 years ago, he fulfilled a dual role.
I wonder if he's hyperventilating right now. He hasn't done this in a couple of years.
But he's a good one, and he does practice during the week. First one this season, though. They wanted to get him away from this because they didn't want him.
Beauty.
How about that for a kick? How about that for a kick? How about that for a kick? But they're going to say touchback. And Saxon leads the cheers.
Well, this was a high knuckle ball that when it hit, it got a perfect Cowboy bounce. Bounces straight up, and who's standing there? But number 26 that time, Downs, as he downs it on the 1 yard.